Okay guys, last video for this lesson on adding and subtracting polynomials. So true to the title of it, we are now going to subtract polynomials. So this is going to be the exact process of what we did with adding them, in the sense that we're going to group things together. The tricky part about this one is understanding that we've got this negative sign right here, and it is acting on everything that is in this set of parentheses right here. So a good way to think about this, and I'm just going to worry about this part right now, is think about this as a -1 times all of the items inside this parentheses. When you think about it that way, then you realize that it is a distributive property problem, right? You have -1 times 4x, so you get -4x plus 5 minus 3x squared. Another way to think about it when you're breaking this open before you start combining things is basically think of that negative sign as a sign changer for everything inside the parentheses. So in other words, you've got this 4x. I know I have a negative sign acting on this whole thing. So that means if my 4 is positive, it's going to become negative when I drop the parentheses. Same thing, the -5 is negative already, so that negative sign on the outside is going to tell it to do the opposite of it, so it will become +5. Then you've got a +3 in here. That negative sign on the outside will tell it to do the opposite, so it will become negative. So when we rewrite this, all right, and we'll rewrite this first one in purple. So we drop our parentheses on the first term because there's nothing outside of it. And then when we get to the second set of terms, all right, we're gonna apply that negative. So we have -4x, and then this negative applies that negative, so that becomes +5. Also think of it sort of as multiplication. Negative times negative is positive. And then negative times positive will give me a -3x squared. So at this point, it's just a matter of doing what we did in the last example, and you're just going to combine the things you know you can combine. So I am going to do that a little quicker on this one. So I'm going to go plus 2x squared minus 3x squared, and I'm going to combine them right now. And we're going to call that -x squared. All right, next we will do -2x and -4x, and that's going to give me -6x. And then we'll switch colors one last time. Go back to blue. +3 and +5 gives me +8. So my final answer, if I write it all in one color, is -x squared minus 6x plus 8 is the combined form when you subtract polynomials. So let's look at one more example where we'll do it together just to get a little more practice. So I'm going to write out this first term because I know that there's nothing weird I have to do with that. And then we're going to have this negative sign act on everything inside here. So that's going to take that 3p squared and it's going to turn it into a -3p squared. It's going to take this 2 and turn it to a negative, so -2. And then it's going to take this -9p, and you've got the negative sign acting on a negative, so that becomes a positive. So if you don't remember your double negatives, you're going to run into some problems with these. Okay, now it's just a matter of combining the like terms of what I know I can combine. 4p cubed is all by itself, so that stays 4p cubed. All right, -9p squared is all, or -3p squared, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 9p. -3p squared is also by itself, so that stays like that. And then you've got 7p and 9p plus 16p. And then you've got -8 and -2, which gives you, gives you -10. All right. Let's try one where you do the work, and we'll see how you did on it. Okay, great. So subtract this one You got a double negative right off the bat, so hopefully you see that. And pause the video and then come back and we will work on this together. All right, first things first, let's deal with this term. Basically just drop the parentheses. I don't have to do anything weird to it. So we've got 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. Now this negative sign is going to act on everything, each of these terms, and it's basically just going to change the signs of the terms inside the parentheses. So if you're starting with a negative 2x cubed, that minus sign outside tells me that's going to become positive. This x squared, which was positive, is now going to become negative. And then this negative 2 is now going to become positive. And so then it's just a matter of combining like terms. So I've got 4x cubed, 2x cubed. We're going to put those first because they're the highest degree and they would be our leading terms. So 4x cubed plus 2x cubed is 6x cubed. You've got minus 3x squared and minus x squared, which gives me minus 4x squared. And then you've got plus 6x because there is nothing to combine 6x with. And then minus 4 and plus 2 give me minus 2. So you have a 4-term polynomial with a leading coefficient of 6 and a degree of 3. Good luck with these guys. Feel free to reach out if you need anything. Thanks for watching.